Guys, I'm here with a 410A unit. As you see, we're down to around 40 pounds of pressure, just over 200 on the head. This is a unit that I had changed an evaporator coil on, it was a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago. And the evaporator coil is microchannel. So we're gonna see, after we add some refrigerant onto this unit, if we can find a leak. I had to withdraw some refrigerant during the heating cycle this year. So we're gonna see if it's just an imbalanced charge. This charge looks a little low though. We'll see here in a second. I am very curious. I put about a pound in and we're still well below where we should be. You know, we're 225 over, what looks like, around 65. So we have a long way to go. This is 410A. But I opened up the service valve, see if I can still see it. And bubbling up in the service valve looks like it might have been nylog or something, but it was leaking pretty badly because it bubbled out the top whenever I opened it up. So we probably have an issue with a leaking service valve at least. So it's going to be a little bit harder to tell if the evaporator is the cause of this problem and imbalance, because evidently this thing's been leaking for a while too. So I'm going to add some more refrigerant and get it charged up, then I'm going to look the system over. Guys, I have one testo probe here and one here on the grill, as you can see. It's a lot easier using these testo probes than I-manifold probes because my wallet doesn't hurt. So I got them here. We have about 20 degrees difference, not too surprising. Low humidity today, plus we're in a trailer and airflow is a little bit lower. So I wanted to make sure that we were squared away as far as charge. Our temperature going in, it's cooling off. I'm going to check it again so we can get sort of a target suction pressure, and then I'll move on to trying to see how many leaks, if just the service valves or what are leaking. We're looking down at my gauge. The inside temperature at the return dry bulb is 70 degrees. Now a lot of the I-manifold guys will know this, but we can also calculate this in the field, our target suction pressure. Our target suction pressure is categorized, at least by the Imperial fellas, in two categories as oversized or high efficiency evaporator and standard evaporator. Now our oversized or high efficiency evaporators, you know, you use like a 3-ton coil on a 2-ton unit sort of deal. We're gonna have a 30-degree differential in between the refrigerant temperature out here at the suction line and the dry bulb temperature at the return. Now for a regular coil, that's going to be 35 degrees. So let me show you what I mean. We have 70 degrees inside. We come out here and, you know, 70 degrees inside. Now we're just looking at a 70 over here. Let me zoom in a little bit. We subtract 70 and subtract 35 from it. We come down to 35. That's where our refrigeration pressure should be. 35 degrees. And that's right exactly where we are. So we're on our target suction temperature. The reason why it's so low is because it is cool inside. It's right around 70, actually a little bit below 70. So we are right on target for where we should be. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys can see that, we did have to put 4 pounds of refrigerant into the machine. And I know some of that is from leaking from these service valves. And we'll see where else, because I'm gonna get the leak detector out. And we're gonna search this unit over out here and then go inside and check the microchannel evaporator. You know, TechMate here. And the thing is, you know, it leaks a little bit on that one. It leaks plenty on that one. The problem is you can seal them up because I already did. And evidently that doesn't work. One of the issues there we are. One of the issues there is that when these things are in heat mode, this valve here that's leaking is not under 200 pounds of pressure. It's under, can be 450 pounds of pressure, maybe even higher. So it's going to leak. You can see the bubbles coming out of that thing now. I mean, obviously it's leaking. It's not ringing off, but you know it's leaking. I hear it speeding up a little bit. You can see them start rising to the top. It's hard to make out there. Let me zoom. You can see the bubble there coming up in the top. So it's leaking. Question is it leaking anywhere else? Let's check the microchannel evaporator. You can see when the valves are adjusted a little bit, it starts pouring out the top. So here's our microchannel coil, and there were no leaks on this coil. I checked the connections here, our rubber connections here where it turns from copper to aluminum on both sides. So as of right now, this coil is not leaking. I was curious to see if our imbalance of charge would be an issue, but I guess we're not going to be able to see that just yet because we're leaking outside. So for now, this one's good. Outside's a different story, so we're probably going to have to replace both those service valves. It's the little baby chickens, little baby chickens. Yep, we do live in the country. We have chickens. These newcomers here are sitting in our makeshift incubator. I have to build a regular incubator. Haven't done that yet. But they will be out on their own in their new chicken house pretty soon. A few weeks.